Hey everybody, Car Ray Rob.
I'm Ray.
I'm Rob, and this is our before and after video for the Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales trailer. So we touched on this during the Super Bowl ad spots.
Yeah, we were favorable to it.
Yeah, you know, it ranked pretty higher than we expected it to. I'm curious to see what this new full trailer is going to bring.
Me too. I'm hoping for a little bit more story because I really don't know what's going on too much. I haven't looked too far into it. I'm just going off what we've seen in the trailers.
Yeah.
Haven't seen Johnny Depp yet.
Yeah, well, he was right there at the end of the Super Bowl spot.
Johnny Depp yet.
But he hasn't really done anything. You know, they're not really selling it on the Johnny Depp character, which is interesting. We talked a little bit about that.
Yeah, I think they know they oversaturated him a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much
trying to pull the reins back.
Yeah, especially after the last one. I mean, that's really all they did with the last one, and I feel like they maybe need to rework the system a little bit on that and the formula and see if they can get something that's not just a 2-hour Captain Jack Sparrow being funny movie. Right.
Yeah, because the first couple had great little storylines. They were really complicated and intricate. So hopefully they can kind of get back to, you know, that is what made the story work. And then Johnny Depp was like icing on the cake and just, you know, made it so memorable. Yeah. And you get back to that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the addition of Javier Bardem, I think, is going to be a big deal. Looks like Orlando Bloom is coming back. We've seen him in previous spots. So, but we're not going to know until we see it. So
let's see it.
Yeah, let's give it a go.
Pirates had infected the seas for generations. So I vowed to eliminate them all. And then there was this boy, Jack Sparrow.
Origin story.
Follow him in. He took everything from me and filled me with rage.
The dead have taken command of the sea. They're searching for Pearl, a girl, and a sparrow.
I have heard stories of a mighty Spanish captain who has hunted and killed thousands of men.
No, men, no. Pirates. Pirates.
I once knew a Spaniard named something in Spanish.
He's coming for you, Jack.
Where's your ship? Your crew? Your pants?
Jack! I'm so sorry, were you still talking?
There's nowhere to hide. Find Sparrow for me.
From this moment on, we are to be allies.
Considering where your left hand is, I'd say we're more than that.
Carolina stunt doubles for the week.
I'm not looking for trouble.
What a horrible way to live.
You will pay for what you did to me.
CGI is not finished.
The men on that ship are looking for Jack. I'm going to swim for it.
Karina, stop that.
No, don't stop that.
This has gone far enough.
No, it has not.
I saw her ankles.
You'd have seen a lot more if you kept your cake hole shut.
Cake hole? Was cake hole a common used word during that era? They just invented cake, so...
Shut your cake hole.
All right, Rob. Jack is back. And is that good?
I mean, yes and no. I think it was inevitable for the marketing of this movie. They had to like inject Jack in at some point.
Hooking that audience that's just Jack Attack fans.
Yeah. But did it help? I'm actually going to say no.
Yeah.
At least not for me.
It made it feel less interesting. It feels less original, I think.
Yeah, there was a certain ominous feel to all the promotion up to this point, and I feel like this movie went back to the old formula, and it just feels like something I've seen before.
Yeah, which I'm not going to say it is yet. And there's still some interesting things I thought in the trailer that I kind of enjoyed. Like the look of the origin story.
Yeah.
Like kind of this, this young Jack Sparrow. And one of the things I liked about that is I thought Jack, like our first shots of Jack in this trailer, like he seems like a really subdued, almost evil, conniving kind of guy. I'm like, oh, I wonder if they're putting a spin on Jack here. That could be really interesting, you know? His fun, wacky self with this a little bit of darkness in there. But the rest of the trailer didn't seem like it fit that.
Yeah, not at all. I agree. I like the way it started. The tone was really nice. I thought, this like Javier Bardem angle on Jack's origin story. I thought that was a really cool idea. And then I think Javier Bardem remained interesting through the rest of the trailer. I think he had a couple of weird line deliveries, but I think his story was still interesting enough. And I feel like the injection of Jack into that, for me, like you said, just kind of made it seem like old hat. Just kind of
yeah. And this trailer, I think, is kind of what it is. It's like there were some lines that Jack said that were funny and they work, and then there's others that like it's just too much. Sometimes it's like, ugh. And I think that's what the movie's gonna be like. It's gonna like, yes, when Jack works, he works and it works great, and then when it's not, it just doesn't, and it feels old now.
Right. And unfortunately, I feel like they're gonna fall right back into the same hole that they fell into with On Stranger Tide, where they bring in the fake Keira Knightley, the fake Orlando Bloom.
Their stunt doubles got roles.
Right. And now Jack is still forced to now carry this story because these forgettable faceless lover characters that killed the that fourth movie, because I don't even remember seeing it, and you talk about forgettable.
It looks like they just found two people like on Halloween that bought Pirates of the Caribbean costumes and hired them, like, oh, you're gonna play Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley's characters.
Right, yeah. And I think that's just gonna it failed once. I think that part is gonna fail again.
Yeah, and that's kind of what to me, what I'm kind of wondering is, in the trailers, half the movie looks like it's Jack Sparrow's movie, but the other half look like it's Javier Bardem's movie. And that, to me, right now, is the more interesting half. But I wonder if that's how the movie's going to actually be split up. Like, if it does that, if it does focus maybe a little bit more on Javier Bardem's character and this part of the story, then I still might be enough there to make it fun.
I think the aspect of fun will be there. There'll be those enjoyable moments, but you're right. I think the hook right now, especially for me, is Javier Bardem, and I really do hope that his story maybe even in some ways outweighs Jack's. The convergence of those characters, in whatever act that ends up being, because if you realize from the trailer, like outside of that first origin scene, they really aren't on screen together again. Really. So I'm not really sure how they're going to end up converging in this story. Barbosa is some sort of catalyst in that. He seems to be hired by Javier Bardem to find Jack Sparrow. So I don't know. We'll see. I feel like it answered a few questions for me, but not enough. At this point,
we were kind of saying, or I was bringing up that I always thought what was cool when the original, maybe the first two. Definitely the first one, when I think, when it was just like such a home run, is that Jack Sparrow was like a supporting character. And he was just like that supporting character that stole every scene. It was really like Keira Knightley's character and Orlando Bloom's character. They were like the main characters, right? It was their journey that we were going on. And then Jack Sparrow was like along for the ride and kind of manipulating it and just stealing every scene, being awesome. And then they got away from that formula where they made Jack carry every movie, carry every scene. And then lost its specialness. And that's kind of what, like we're saying, the trap that they might be falling into is where you're making Jack do everything because he's got nothing around him to really work with and feed off of.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, that definitely is what killed On Stranger Tide. I think that's kind of what hurt the trilogy as it drew on, the original trilogy. And I hope they don't necessarily fall into that trap in this. But from what I've seen thus far in the trailer, I'm not.
Yeah, and what we've seen is, like, I see Barbosa in the trailers, but I feel like his part might be smaller than they're making it out to be, because there's parts where, like, when you see his monkey at the end that's not near Barbosa, it makes me think maybe Barbosa is dead, or maybe he's trapped in that bottle or something, so he's not going to really be in the movie.
Well, that's the whole thing, like...
Will Turner's not really in the trailer, so he's like, does he really have a part that's meaningful, or is he just going to show up in the last scene and try to come in and save the day? Like... And then if you don't have those guys in the movie, then Jack Sparrow's trying to carry every scene again.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. The aspect of the Black Pearl being in this bottle, and it's interesting.
Yeah. But it also limits the cast for like what they can really do.
Yeah, absolutely. This whole familiar cast of characters that are the crew, Jack's crew. I mean, if they're going to be in this bottle it seems like a good portion of the movie.
It's part of the MacGuffin of the movie, maybe.
Yeah, it's kind of like what. I don't know. Again, like you said, he's kind of forced to carry a lot of it on his own. I will say the bottle aspect of it is an interesting visual cue. They always have been able to cultivate a certain visual look. I do feel like this, in the previous spots we've seen for this movie, I thought they had kind of subdued that a little bit instead of just like trying to make it weird for weird's sake or whatever. I felt like they were using the visual storytelling aspect of it to their advantage. But unfortunately, in this trailer, I felt like they really fell back into that old like trap of like the low-hanging fruit on the visual plane. So, I mean, for me, they jumped the shark when the shark literally jumped them. I mean, that for me was just kind of like, okay. I mean, not only is that just an old saying anyway, but for them to literally do that in this trailer, I thought was very ballsy because it's like, I mean, it's like a dead shark too. It's not even like a legit shark. It's like this dead shark with the bones.
And
like,
they say this is the final adventure. It says it in the trailer.
Yeah.
And so kind of, to me, there's a lot of similarities with the Curse of the Black Pearl, the very first movie, where like the crew's all the bad crew is all dead people, and there's really some bright shots where like when they're on the islands and stuff that reminds me a lot of the first movie. So like, maybe they're doing it to sink it, to bookend it, but I don't know. Maybe it's just too easy.
Yeah, I think saying that this is the final adventure is probably a good thing for them. I think a lot of it's already started to feel dated. I mean, you and I were looking over refreshing ourselves on the release dates of all of these movies, and I mean, it's crazy to think it's been 14 years since the first Pirates movie. 14 years. And then it's been 6 since On Stranger Tide. So not only has it been 6 years since the last Pirates movie, it's been 6 years since easily the worst pirate movie that everybody hated. So you're looking at even longer since when anybody had any real vested interest in. So is this too long? We'll see. I still think this movie will make money. I don't doubt that at all. It'll make good money. But I think it should be the last because it, I was mentioning to you after we were done watching it, Johnny Depp feels old. Like, I mean, and he is. I mean, it's not a dig on him. Yeah. It's true. And he's starting to feel like, ironically, the aged rock star, that's still trying to play the same old tunes from, decades and decades prior.
Which it almost feels like he's doing an impression of himself doing the Jack Sparrow character.
Yeah, it's like a caricature of a caricature. It's weird.
Well, then that makes me think that you brought that up, though. So if this movie does make money, would they make this the last one? Like with Logan, we know no matter what, Logan can make $1 trillion. They're pretty adamant this is going to be the last one.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've heard that necessarily for this one. Like, I was kind of surprised when I saw the final adventure, to be honest with you, in the trailer, because I haven't just paid enough attention to have got that. But would this be it, or would that sucker them into making another one?
It's Disney, so you really can never tell. I mean, they'll say it's the last one, and then in 10 years or 6 years or whatever, you'll end up with another one that'll come out, and Johnny Depp will be, going across the deck of the Black Pearl in a walker or something like that, hoping that they can make, another $300 million,
Right, it's going to be another nickel.
Yeah,
but
so.
I don't know. There's parts there that make me think there is something to this movie. I just don't know if there's enough that's going to make it memorable. Maybe okay, maybe entertaining, but maybe not memorable.
Yeah, no. Unfortunately for me right now, Javier Bardem is the main hook. He's the reason I'd probably be in the seat at all. He seems interesting, but other than that, I'm finding it now after this trailer I'm finding it harder to get excited.
Yeah. All right, Rob, let's rate it.
All right.
We've dissected this enough.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I have to say I was actually pretty close to midnighting it on the previous.
Yeah, I think we might have pretty much kind of leaned that way.
Yeah, but after this trailer, I have to say I've slid back to a stream it. Javier Bardem is right now the only reason that I really want to watch this movie.
That's still probably better than where you left after Stranger Tides.
Oh yeah, no, I would have been forget it if this was after that. But I thought I could be a midnight with everything I'd seen up to this point, but no.
Yeah, I think I'm still gonna say midnight it. Just because I'm hoping there's enough there with Javier Bardem. Really, that's it. But I'm hoping though. Like I'm teetering.
Yeah.
If there's another trailer and it kind of felt like this, it would probably almost knock me back. I'm hoping they're done here with trailers probably and just let us go into the movie here. But I'm going to give it a midnight still. I still want to check it out. I still want this. I'm still going to hope that this series is going to end strong.
Yeah. Well, we all can dream.
We can hope. All right, guys. Now we want to hear from you in the comments below. Let us know what you think about Jack Sparrow. Let us know what you think about this movie as well.
Also, hit the like and subscribe button if you want to check out our next video.
You really need to do that. Until then, guys, this is Car Ray Rob. I'm Ray.
I'm Rob. Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?